All right, ladies and gentlemen, recorded at Grim Reaper Studios, located somewhere at the base of the beautiful Blue Mountains in eastern Oregon. It's Sonoma Sideshow, and I'm your host, Les the Snowman Kinnear, and joining me today is the ever-famous Brad Stankabank Fairbank, and the best air drummer you've ever seen. Go to my YouTube channel, look it up. We had a party one time, and he's doing shit you've never seen before. But he's got skills. Give us the fake. God, I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, Brad? Thanks for being on the show. What's new in your world? I know we just got done talking a little bit. And, you know, you're recently retired, and then you're working back, and then you got this property, and you're working your ass off on the property. Fences, you're not goats, pigs, chicks. Waterfalls, you're a green thumb. And that's what's cool about this episode is that we are gonna do some gardening. It's summer. We're ready. It's spring. It's coming into summer. I've got my sunscreen on. I got the sticks out, my grasshopper legs white. I got my hang tin shades.
Do you shave your knees?
No, the hair just fell off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at this. My ankles are both.
So am I. All my ankles, I have no sock hair.
Hair right where the sock goes.
And then now I just started recently losing it right on the sides right here.
I wish it would do that just everywhere. So I wouldn't have to, except my face. I like, shaving here, but
it's pretty cool.
You still trim up your private area?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I kid. All right. Well, let's see here. So we were talking about getting older, and that's not that fun, right? You've been going through some shit yourself, and it's not been fun. But that happens. What you got any vacations coming up this summer?
No.
No.
No, I haven't had a vacation in 2 years.
Where'd you last go? Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. Cozumel.
Oh yeah, Wendy. So my wife's getting ready to retire, and she's like, before I retire, I'm taking you to Mexico. You're just me and you, and you're going to do a trip. And we went years ago, and then she's been several times, but I've never wanted to go back because I had such a bad experience the first time. It was good, but then I had, I was young too. But she says, it's not like when we went. You're going to love it. So.
It's pretty nice. I like it.
I need to get brave and just go do it. Get treated like a king at some all-inclusive resort. I know, and the flight's not that long.
And you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Just sit back, just drink, and watch the waves.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. I'm Palm Springs. We're going to Palm Springs next month. So it'll be my dad, my folks, some friends, David Larson, him and his wife are coming, and let's see who else. God, there's gonna be all kinds of us. It's gonna be fun. So got that coming up in May, and then actually my summer's busy already.
Really?
Yeah, every month I've got something. I got to go somewhere, weddings. We are gonna go camping. Well, hear me out. This is my idea of camping. So I think you saw that I put that sleeper in the back of my truck. I built a sleeper just so we could glamp, pull up somewhere, plug in.
I couldn't get in.
No.
It'd kill me.
Well, yeah, Big Steve said, hey, are we going camping? I said, I can't get your ass up there.
No.
I can barely get up there.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to, just for fun and to break the ice and see how the sleeper thing works out, we rented a spot down there at Peach Beach in April 17th, our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. So that'll be our 26th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And then in October, our dating, when she first tried to molest me.
I remember you told me about that.
Yeah, remember? She's like, you want to play Nintendo?
Yeah.
That was 30 years ago, almost, in October. So, Yeah, so that's vacation coming up. I do want to give a rest in peace to my 94-year-old grandmother, Alicia Bonesteel. She passed away recently, and so I was able to drive down and go to the graveside services, and that was pretty interesting and good to see different family members. Let's see what else. How about sports? This isn't. Do you do March Madness?
I bet on it. I don't.
Are you not into it
I'm
though?
not really into it. No, I figured Duke would win, but looks like they didn't.
Well, no, they didn't. They lost to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been paying attention from just the peripheral, and from what I understand, it's the all the seeds did as they should have done.
Sure.
You know, instead of any crazy blowouts or
right. And
upsets.
usually the number one seeds are 1 or 2 are taken out in the first round,
right, by 8 or
and this time it was kind of more, kind of what everybody projected.
So then tomorrow, right? Tomorrow at 5 p.m. is Florida versus Houston. That's it. It's over after that because Houston beat Duke and Florida beat Auburn.
I can't believe Houston beat Duke, but
well,
they did.
They're going to the big show. That's and then last night was UFC Fight Night Vegas 10 something. I can't remember what. Let's see here, and that was completely sucked. It was a night full. Now I totally respect grappling and jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I understand all that.
That's all it was.
Yeah, it was heavy on a heavy card on that, and it was a sleeper.
Oh,
I mean, a sleeper.
They can't do that. They have to mix it up.
And they're pretty good about
strikers.
Yeah, and if they do, sometimes they do a crossover, and it's like, well, let's see what happens. But a whole card was like that, and you're like, I just wasted 4 hours of You
didn't have to pay for it.
No.
At least.
Don't get me started on Ridgetop. I'm your biggest fan, and I'm not joking. And I love Ridgetop. This is the CEO here, and that's who I use to watch all my sports. And to be honest, I could almost get rid of all my subscriptions.
That's all I
almost
have.
And just use Ridgetop.
I keep Netflix just because for the grandkids they come over and there's always like cartoons and stuff. But I mean, you can get that on Ridgetop too. I mean, it's endless. But I don't want to search through thousands and thousands and thousands of stuff. Yeah. I just want something simple. Here you go.
Yeah. Yes, there is. There is a large catalog with Ridgetop that you.
Sometimes it's.
You've got to learn how to use it though. The switch, the search engine. I've learned. So for Fight Night, what I usually do for UFC is I just go UFC. And the hold it or UFC, and it brings up several options for pay-per-view. But like last night when I brought up Fight Night, it only brought up one option. I said, I know that's not right. And so what I did is I said UFC Fight Night, and then it brought up
Isn't there? That's
100 or 10 channels in different states that have ESPN Plus that are carrying the fight. And I was like,
so many.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this just depends on how you go. But I love Ridgetop. I could go on and on. In fact, that camper build, I purposely bought a TV that I can plug my
Fire
stick in.
Yeah.
And so if I have internet, I can watch my Ridgetop in the back of my truck. So
I like, when you go on vacation, you take it with you. If you put it in your hotel or whatever, you
I've done
have
it. I've done it.
I know.
I've taken it with me. I've taken it to Palm Springs so I could watch matches, mixed martial arts matches. So
yeah, I get people calling all the time. Well, can I help me install it on my Amazon TV in my camper, or this other room or whatever. So
yeah, there's some it's interesting. My problem is I just never pay for it on time. And then I just noticed when I Venmo'd you the other day that I'm like, oh, in Venmo apparently you can do a schedule.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I don't have to do that. And I'm like, well, shit, why didn't I do that?
I was going to start charging late fees, but I don't know.
Well, you really should.
Yeah. $20 or something.
Yeah. All right, let's hop into the strange news so we can get to you and your gardening. It's going to be
wonderful.
It's going to be Amazing. So, strange news, and I'll just rip through these, and you tell me what you think. Pipe in as you see necessary. I got this from Indie TV World. Australian journalists robbed live on air while reporting on soaring crime rates. So during a live broadcast about crime statistics in Adelaide, a man stole equipment from a TV crew without them even noticing. And it goes on, and they talk about it. So they got robbed while they were doing the story. So I thought that was kind of funny.
It's ironic.
Yeah, that's how it works. How about this one? This is from the New York Post. Traveler caught concealing live turtle in his pants at Newark Airport.
I've done that.
I was just going to say, big deal.
I'm guilty.
And they lead off the article with, "What the shell?"
Oh, they're so witty.
A Pennsylvania man missed his flight after being caught with a live turtle in his pants while passing through security at New Jersey Airport, according to the Transportation Security Administration. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you just be like, well, I mean, you're not really,
That's something
you're not going to take the plane down with the turtle.
No, and I don't want to be famous for the guy who had the turtle in his pants.
Yeah. Now this is old news, but I was scrolling on Instagram and it popped up. You know, on Instagram, you never know what's real or not. And so I'm like, I have to look it up, and it's on Wikipedia. But this is an old story, 2003. On May 25th, 2003, a Boeing 727-223 airliner, registered as in a was stolen at Quatro de Ferreira Airport in Luanda, Angola, prompting a worldwide search by law enforcement intelligence agencies in the United States. It's never been found. That's the part that caught me. I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me two dudes went on a airport, got in a 727 and left, and we've never been able to find them. But I guess Malaysia flight, whatever, that disappeared.
Yeah, they still haven't found out.
Still haven't found that one yet. So
they had a whole bunch of people on it.
This is a recent story, and I thought, oh my God. I got this from CNN.
Oh, God.
Child complains of monster under bed. Babysitter comes face to face with a man hiding there. So a babysitter looked under the bed to reassure a worried child that there wasn't a monster hiding there, and came face to face with a man who wasn't supposed to be there, a sheriff office in Kansas City said. The 27-year-old was booked in the jail this week after he struggled with the babysitter that knocked the child to the ground. Anyways, so he was just a druggy guy, and he was under the bed, and the kid came out, you know, this monster on my bed. No. Can you imagine opening that and seeing a crackhead under your bed? Just like, holy shit.
I kept thinking of Metallica song from these.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hush, little
Baby, don't say a word.
Never mind that noise you heard.
Yeah. This is coinnews.com. Kitsap County man accused of breaking into ex-girlfriend's home and stealing chicken. Now, John, my buddy John, sent this to me, and so thank you, John. And yeah, this is up in Washington. A man was arrested after deputies said he broke into his ex-girlfriend's house and stole her chickens. So apparently, you know, they had this big fight, and there's video, and I'm seeing him being arrested, and he's got the damn chicken in his arm still. So apparently that was strange news.
That's just cock. Get it?
He got cocked.
He got cocked.
Okay, how about this one, TMZ? My toddler ate my dad's ashes. A UK mom walked into an unthinkable situation when she found her 1-year-old consuming her father's cremated remains, as she even has a video of the mortifying situation. So the little dude was cooking. Like, you know, you play in flour.
Oh,
and it was
keep your ashes put up. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's certain things you got to put up.
Well,
and that's ashes would be one.
Do you have anybody's remains?
I have a dog.
Do you?
Yeah, my best dog I ever had. He's in a little. I haven't really found anything for him, but he's in a little box right now, and he's just kind of hanging out on the shelf.
That's cool. I'm okay with keeping the dogs with me, although
people's a little different.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care to do that, and but Gus, I just took him down to Lincoln City, where Wendy and I had spread both of our mother's ashes. Yeah. And I just spread them in the same spot, you know, so the whole family's down there.
There you go. Yeah. I spent 2 hours in TSA when I was coming back from Mexico, you mentioned Mexico. I decided to take a bag of sand with me, and they went through the
You never
x-ray.
told me this.
Yeah, and they thought it was human remains, so they kind of pulled me aside, and I had to go search my bag. It was so embarrassing. They pulled this big Ziploc bag. I said no, and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'd know if I was carrying somebody's remains." But I said, "It's sand. You can open it and look," and they did.
Yeah.
And
how far would you go to complete someone's dying wish with remains? Like, what if somebody said, "Hey, will you take it down to Mexico, at that place we love in Cozumel where we always go?"
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hear some crazy things people do with ashes.
I know. Yeah.
My uncle, he was a big gun enthusiast.
Yeah.
And on his will, he put that he wanted to be fired out of a cannon. So they went to this big ceremony, and they had this huge cannon, and they loaded it up and threw his ashes in it and shot it. It was pretty cool, actually. I thought this was
until it went back into the crowd, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
that was genius.
Yeah, I know. I would love to have a good story, but
what would you do with your ashes?
I told Wendy well, it changes because we had a spot that I said for 20 years, this is where I want it. It was on the island of Kauai, and I was like, there's this beach, and I was like, that's where I want. But now it's starting to change. Now I'm like, might be somewhere else.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm open to, but it's got to be a cool place, and it's got to be an adventure for somebody who's doing it. Otherwise, who cares? But
right, you got to put a little thought into it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. My cousin Kurt, when his dad passed away, my cousin's wife worked for a dentist that flew planes, had his own little Cessna or whatever. And so the dentist or whatever, the doctor's office, he built this funk thing, and Kurt put his dad's ashes in there. They went up the plane and flew, I won't say where, because he just said it was not, you're not supposed to do that, and then out the window.
That's genius.
Yeah, I'm like, how nice is that?
That's cool.
But anyways, all right. Let's see if I got any more. I almost started crying.
Yeah, I was teared up a little.
This is the last one, folks. This is from The Guardian. High quality stuff comes from The Guardian, but you've probably seen this. This has recently happened. New Jersey police chief accused of defecating on floor to harass coworkers. North Bergen's Robert Farley allegedly drugged coffee pot and shaved body hair on colleagues in series of pranks. A New Jersey police chief has come under fire after colleagues accuse him of defecating on the station floor, attempting to drug coworkers by putting Viagra and Adderall in their coffee, and sticking a hypodermic needle into an officer's penis, according to a report. He sounds like a great boss.
Wow. Yeah.
What an awesome boss. You know what that makes me think of?
Wow.
The shit you and I used to do when we worked together.
Yeah.
We were trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did scientific studies. We would take stuff that looked like poop, fake poop, and we took poop sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we worked in a healthcare facility that...
and there was a lot of poop.
And there was a lot of poop, and so sometimes you would see it on the floor. And then we would wait to see what people's reaction would be. Would you pick it up, or would you just act like you didn't see it?
I mean, we'd be YouTube sensations.
Now, yes.
I mean, the stuff we did, we didn't have the cameras and all that to do, but it was. Oh my
or
God.
One time we took hot dogs and stuck them on the sidewalk to appear like outside,
like a pile
and
of dog shit.
where a bunch of staff would walk by, and then we stood in the building and looked out the window, and God, we rolled and rolled. So
do you remember the poop in the hallway? We set
yes.
We put that poop over to the corner, and it was
people walk through,
and people walk through and look at it, and then put their head up and act like they didn't see it.
Yeah,
just walk right.
You
past
could tell
it.
they look around.
They looked right at it, like, oh, I'm not picking that up.
No, because it's not. You're not in my group.
It's not my group. Nope, not my group.
Oh man,
The worst thing you ever heard working there was Who's got group 3?
Yeah. If you've ever worked in healthcare and you get assigned a group of people, that's what it was like back in the day. And you're like, oh,
You're like,
God.
oh,
I got group 3. The
God.
dude's got. By the way, he's been on prune whip all day. We're expecting a large bowel movement. Oh yeah, that was the good old days.
Yeah.
How about the time they called it specialing at nighttime when you would potty people, and I called that coworker of mine in. I said, Dave, can you come help me? Danny's got a mess. And I had pudding on my fingers, on my gloves. And when he came in, I said, it's a mess. And he's like, oh, and I went, and he went, oh, oh God. Yeah. That's why I'm like, this guy's a cool boss. I mean, I guess I don't want Adderall in my car. Or, well, Viagra would be a real problem.
What was the hypodermic needle in his, what?
It's a joke. Sorry. You're so funny. You're always poking me in the pecker with your
hypodermic
needle. God.
Oh,
all right.
God.
Enough of strange news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get the stage set here for Brad. God. Let's see here.
Oh, I love the
Okay. So let's start with, this was Brad, the master gardener. You've always been a gardener. You've always loved green thumbing since I've ever known you.
Yep.
In fact, the place that we were just talking about that we worked, you were instrumental in doing all kinds of like gardening programs for the clients and stuff like that. And you had a greenhouse built. And so, yeah, you've always been a green thumb. You are a master gardener with the local Cotton Top Gardening Club.
Yep.
And so tell me, what did you bring today for us to learn about? We've got potting soil. We've got everything you need.
Okay. Basically, what I'm planning today is this. I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but it's called moringa, and it's a it's a tree in Asia.
Whoa!
It's probably, I don't know if it it's got like let's see. It's got so many vitamins and minerals in it. And I started taking it because I got arthritis, and I was I was watching some things on cures and remedies. And this guy came across, and he said that I don't take any medications anymore because I've been doing this moringa. And so I ordered some, and it's basically the leaf of the moringa tree, and they freeze dry it, and they put it in a capsule. So my future endeavor is I'm going to started this year actually, but I'm going to plant my own moringa. And actually the trees grow really well here. And I've watched a couple guys, and they make a lot of money on this.
Wow.
So it's some of those families, those countries that they grow it, they have families that live just on moringa. It's got so many vitamins and minerals in it, and antioxidants.
Oh, wow.
It's called the miracle tree is what they actually call it. And so these are the actual seeds of the moringa tree. And
that's
so
wild looking.
I am going to plant these, but they're very edible. They're actually, and they're really, really good for you. You can take them, and I'll have you try them. It's a very unique kind of taste. What it'll do is it'll give you like it's kind of
poops.
No. If you eat a bunch of them, maybe. But it's really weird. You'll get this kind of a bitter taste, and then you'll get this very, very sweet taste right afterwards. It's very unique, and they are sold for, as far as people use these, just like
what
the leaves.
What's their temperate to the weather? If you're going to be growing these inside.
Yeah. Well, here, try one. You can grow them in our weather, in our zone. They won't survive the winter, but they're very, very fast growing, and they're really hardy, and they like alkaline soil and our type of temperament. So you can grow them, and they grow really fast, and you just basically strip the leaves when you get them up, and then you can freeze dry them, and you take them, and then I don't know if you'll ever get to the fruit if you overwintered it.
That's could I bring it in?
Yes, several people do, and then they actually sell the trees, the tubers that the roots come in, and so they actually sell those, and they sell the plants, and they sell this part. So what do you think? It's kind of bitter at first. It's kind of, what do you?
Well,
It's
well,
they're pretty popular to eat. I tried a few of them. Not my thing, I don't think.
the aftertaste is just terrible.
It gets better though. It's weird. It'll get really, really sweet. It's very strange.
Yeah, I can tell the sweetness, but
It's not that bad.
no, it's leaving a.
It's not bad at all.
No,
It's
oh,
not-
just something burning. Like I must have got it. Okay, I got it. No,
Oh, well, I was going to tell you, these are very highly poisonous. You're not supposed to eat these, but anyway. just kidding. They're very, you can buy them on Amazon, and
I'm not fond of them.
they're not something you want to just sit around and munch on. Are they?
No,
But people in other countries and stuff, that they live on this. I mean, the flour, which contains the seed pods, they like I said, they're families that live on just that.
and they probably know how to make it taste better than what we're doing right now.
They make you can buy it ground up already in a powder, and people make tea.
Yeah.
And they make all kinds of different things. So it's got, it doesn't have much, as far as anything is bad for you. I mean, it's just very, very high nutritious food. It's one of the highest nutritious foods you can actually eat. So,
well,
the miracle tree.
if I was dying and needed food, I would eat it, but
Right. Not something you'd want to grab and munch on.
no.
So
Okay.
So with that, to get these started, and everybody can do their own, but they have a really kind of a husk over the top of the seed, and you just kind of use your fingernail and kind of break that open, and then that's what you're going to do before you plant them, because it'll just speed the process. They'll still germinate like this, but this speeds up the process.
Right,
So it
doesn't
doesn't
have to go through all
this and the moisture and then whatever. So at home, I have them set. I take these, and I actually I take these and I put them in a paper towel in a baggie.
Oh.
So I wait till they're ready to sprout, and then once I start seeing that first root come out, then that's when I plant them. But my plan is to have a whole bunch.
Can you
of them.
just put them in some dirt though?
You can, if you want to. You got to remember they're from a kind of a tropical climate, so they need a lot of warmth and humidity. So sticking them in the garden out there in the back out here ain't gonna get it.
But like if you wanted to do starts, I mean, could I just plop and put it in the window and
Sure, it eventually
watered?
It eventually, yeah. It's not too much.
But
water.
I have seen that before, where you paper towels, seeds, and the wet paper towels, and then you leave it for
pre-germinating them. It's just
how long do you do that for? The pre-germination.
These
part.
take quite a while to germinate, but once they go pretty fast. They have a really, really, really long taproot. So if you put them in a pot, you want a pot that's not short and fat. You want a pot that's tall and skinny.
Oh.
Because the taproot is so deep, and one of the reasons why they're so healthy for you, because the taproot is so deep and it reaches all the vitamins and minerals in the earth and brings it out to the plant. So that's my big goal this year. I'm not planting a garden. I got it all tilled up. I'm fencing it, but I'm actually not gonna. I'm spending more time on developing my garden because I redid everything. So I'm gonna rebuild everything, and so I have a lot of pots. So I'm gonna actually get into trying to get this going and sell moringa.
Right on. Have you got them? Have you already started the process of pre-germination with a certain amount of them? And
yeah, I have them in paper towels now. I tried a couple with it's just trial and error. I've tried to germinate a couple of them in my arrow garden with the husk on. So far, I've only got one to sprout, but this is definitely the way to go, is be popping them out like that.
So husk them, soak them. I mean,
yep, just moist.
Prep them, and then plop them in the soil.
Yeah.
Lots of water and sun.
Yeah, and these when you buy the capsules, they're like $26 a bottle. And so my theory is instead of paying $26 a bottle, I'm going to grow these and then I'll freeze dry and then I'll make my own capsules.
Right.
So, and you can eat every part of the tree. It's 100% edible. So it's really good for you.
I'm gonna have to look that up, see what one looks like fully mature.
Yeah.
Does it look like a Japanese maple or something, or small?
No, they have like a fern-like leaf, and they grow really fast. I mean, there's a lot of stuff online about them. These are from India. These seeds came from India.
So we're not I didn't really need to get potting soil ready for you because we're not putting them in. We're not ready yet.
We're not really ready yet, but we can. I mean, you can go ahead and do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
I think I'll wait.
Okay.
I'm hoping you'll leave me these seeds so
Sure.
I can play around with them
and it'd be something cool to
eat on them and stuff. I mean,
yeah, I gave one to Christina. She kind of had the same reaction you're having.
Well, it's weird. You are right because I keep getting these little sweet tinges, and then they're marred by just a.
Yeah, it's like a back and forth. I watched a guy do he did a YouTube video and he was doing it and he was tasting it and he was kind of describing but it wasn't as, he was like, yeah, they're pretty good. They're crunchy, but really bitter.
The texture was good. I mean,
it was like eating a pea, right? It was kind of like a dried pea kind of thing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. Except the aftertaste for me really, it canceled me out. I couldn't.
Well, I mean, that's why I put them in capsules, and that's why I swallow them. I don't even mess with it. But it is.
Well, imagine if I just took one of those and swallowed it, I wouldn't even have to go through that. So.
No, you just shit it out eventually.
Well, thank you for the gardening lesson today, Brad.
Yeah,
we learned a lot. Next time you come on, we've got air drums, and you've gave us some gardening tips. So
we could do air drums on the garden.
Right. We got to get the band back together.
I know. It's been a long time.
So we like to spit wisdom at the end of these podcasts. You got any wisdom you can spit?
Boy.
Let me prime the pump for you.
Okay.
I looked this one up just real quickly, and I thought, oh, this is good. By an old friend of mine, guy I like. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. That's from my buddy Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy. Who do you quote a lot of?
What's his name?
Billy Ray Cyrus?
No. Henry David
Thoreau.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's he say?
He just says he likes to party.
Yeah.
And he likes his Jesus to party too.
Right. How about any shout outs? I got to give a shout out to David Talatula. I can't say his last name because he's an Islander, and so he said it's okay to just call him T. Okay. David and T and I used to work together, and he just had a big birthday and was telling me all about it. So love that guy. Happy birthday to David. Nolan Kennedy, my son's friend. My son just flew to Boise for Nolan's bachelor party. Nolan's getting married, and so they all met in Boise this weekend. And I think if anybody looked at my Snap, you'll see I posted a lovely picture of Nolan at the bachelor weekend and with his shirt off and his breasts. In the open.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good one. So, and let's see, was there anything else? I don't think so. You don't have any words of wisdom, huh?
I don't really have anything.
Okay. Well, let's wrap this up by doing my favorite thing of all time. Let's see here.
Hello?
Breaker 19, come on back. This is Teddy Bear. You got your ears on?
Got my ears on.
Hey, good buddy. This is the Snowman coming to you live from the Grim Reaper Studios recording podcast with my sidekick here, Brad the Stank Fairbank, and we're just finishing up a segment on gardening and getting ready to close the show out. So I thought I would call you and see if you could give us a quick report about Southeast Texas, and then we'll leave you be.
Well, we had a bad storm come through last night, and cold today, cold front.
Oh, what kind of temps you running?
I don't know. It's like in the 50s.
When's the next boil? I know you just had one. It was a success. Lots of good grub.
Yeah, it was great. Next one's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Nice.
That's our annual. Been doing it for years.
Yeah.
I should fly down for that.
All right. Well, no gigs or anything this weekend?
No, we taking it easy.
Right on.
Laying low.
Okay. Hey, I saw in the news the other day when I was looking at strange stories that the track and field in Texas, this kid killed another kid. They take it serious down there.
Yeah.
You guys football and track.
Yep.
All right. Well, we just want to quick call and touch base with you. So I'll let you go, Pork Chop. Good talking to you. You have a good rest of your evening.
All right.
Thanks. Peace out.
All right. Bye.
Just a little random phone call.
Pork Chop.
That's Pork Chop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this up. If I can get this thing to work. Thank you, Brad, for coming on the show today.
Absolutely.
You'll be back.
Thanks
I know
for
you're
having
busy.
me.
It's summertime, so we probably won't get another episode out for a while, but
Well, when these get growing, I want to
come back.
and I'll kind of give you a...
Which is funny because I have that ugly little seed I picked up one time from the street and put it in a cup, and I have a podcast with you holding it. It's just a flower. Now it's a 7-foot tree out back.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank my sponsors: Bill Murphy Roofing, Wandering Wizard Concepts, Vertical Jigs and Lures, Liberty Detection Services, DCL Photography, The Shop, DieselFuelFilterKits.com, Ridgetop TV, Fairbank Farms, South Pack Inc., and the John P. Salter Foundation. That's a wrap. Be sure to catch the next episode. Until next time, be good to yourself and each other and keep your nose clean if it takes both sleeves. Peace.